YouTube viewers, audio podcast streamers, loyal subscribers, welcome to the Level 857 Video Game Podcast. We discuss video game topics, events, and releases. But enough about that. You guys wouldn't be tuning in right now if it wasn't for these hoes right here.
These hoes.
Turbo 857.
Host. Dude.
I said host.
Host.
I said host. There was a TS at the end.
Nice enunciation.
Stikz.
Al. G857.
The 23rd Stallion.
And we have a new addition to the Level 857 Video Game Entertainment channel and the podcast at the same damn time. It is Big Choco.
Damn, Kev. How you gotta ruin an introduction? Who's Choco?
Big Choco.
What's up?
Big Choco. The newest edition of Level 857.
Thank you.
See, there goes your introduction.
But you know what, though?
I'm so happy to be here.
You should be.
People who watch, and they know Choco already, man. He's been on the videos for a while.
Getting his ass whooped on the Versus channel.
Nah, not really, because if you remember that Dragon Ball stream, Kev got annihilated. He got shut out like 4 fights to...
We don't count that. We don't count that because Kev can't play.
It was a demo. I was just sampling. I was sampling the game for the first time. Next time, it's going to be a different story, I promise.
Well, no, he called me out, and he found out he made a mistake.
Yep, like he always does.
I did that for the fans. All right, they wanted to see more
You guys
chocolate.
stop leaning. You're blocking me in the fucking camera. Just sit still.
Move your chair back a little, man.
No, it's fine.
Kev's
You
all
got
up
plenty
in
of
my
room.
way.
Move back.
I'm fine.
Well, if it's
trying to
audio,
drive
it's
home.
not
Move your
a
chair back. Yeah.
You know, it's the microphone.
There
It's
you
like
go.
it's the
Move
wire. is a
move
little
your
bit
whole
too limited.
entire chair back. Just a
No,
little.
no. I'm not taking orders.
Well, Chuck, welcome to the Squidot. You're
Thank you.
Flip
Thank
mode.
you.
Squiddock.
And I'm their social media guy, so if you hit us up on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you're probably talking to me.
That's right.
That's true.
What's up?
How do they find that?
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't know.
At Level 857.
Yes.
Chuck, just tell him the truth, man. You're here to
down.
replace this guy, right?
I mean, I don't even know how he was even hired in the
let's
first
just be honest, man. He's here to replace you, man.
Damn.
I mean,
I created this damn podcast.
he's supposed to be like the fighting game expert, but
Yeah.
he can't beat me. So why would he be?
Let's play a game. All right, let's play Street Fighter 5. Let's
Fine.
get Street Fighter 4.
Fine.
Let's get Street Fighter 2.
How about we do a podcast?
How about we just do this shit already?
We'll get back.
Do we have any news?
Well, the news is in regards to the actual podcast because the news
I have a tidbit.
that I have goes directly into it.
Well, then we'll do yours last then.
Dark
I want
Souls.
to start first.
Yeah, I have something too.
I have a crappy one. That
Well,
actually-
Kev already started his, so.
Dark Souls Remastered delayed for the Switch till summer.
Damn, Kev just
Yeah.
we jumped right
That's
in.
all I wanted to say. Bummer, but we'll play it in the summer.
Bummer in the summer.
I got excited when I saw this on IGN, and then I got angry. It was Konami has a new Castlevania
That's what I was gonna say.
game coming out. Was it Grimoire of Souls?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit,
Really?
I saw
Alucard. There's Simon Belmont, and it's for the mobile
device. Yeah.
Mobile.
Yeah.
And yo, if you look
Count
at
on
pictures of
Konami.
it when they were in development,
the artwork looks awesome,
dope.
dude.
It's everything you would want in a Castlevania, like the
And it's a
and
card
it's
game.
and it's co-op.
yeah.
It is.
It's
really?
co-op.
4-player co-op.
Yep.
And it's on mobile?
Yes, I was.
Oh, that's disappointing.
And they instantly. I think I saw it like a few days ago. Then like a day later, they had a 3-minute video of two of the people on IGN talking about how pissed they are about it being a mobile. And I'm like, yo,
a lot of people are pissed.
that is just such a. I'm
waste.
tired. I'm tired of Konami.
It's a
It's a FU.
It's a pachinko game, right? 4-player pachinko is not that
Pretty
good.
much.
like
You know it's gonna be-
It looks good.
You
Like,
know,
it
it's
looks
riddled
good.
with microtransactions and a whole bunch of like it's
it's a
Well, you should've
wasted
known.
opportunity.
Underwhelming.
horrible.
You should have known beforehand that Konami doesn't make games anymore, so why get excited?
Yeah, I didn't even know why I clicked the damn thing. It just said, "Oh, new Castlevania co-op." I said, "Co-op." If there's anything co-op, I'm sucked in 2 seconds. I'm like, "What is it?" Click, and then it said iOS. Oh my god! I'm gonna kill
Then you
someone.
look at the artwork and shit. I was like,
I'm gonna kill someone.
That's
Nope. Unless it
that's
said
so good.
very
unless it said Konami is purchased by. I'm not clicking on it. Don't care.
Someone should purchase them. Though. That should be a
Microsoft.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unless it said that,
Microsoft.
unless a company bought them, I'm not clicking anything.
Yeah, that would be sick.
It could happen.
if Microsoft.
E3?
bought them.
Microsoft needs it.
Seriously.
Microsoft needs to do something to stay relevant in gaming. That would be a good.
No,
acquisition.
It's called Halo.
They still have
It's called Gears of War. All right?
It's called nothing else.
Yeah, one of those.
Shut up.
Hey, nobody says that about Mario and Zelda. All right, relax.
Stay at K2. Stay at K2. Coming out very soon.
Stop it.
Sorry.
I will edit that out.
Oh,
All
that's
right. So there was a recent Sega. It was a Sega Fest 2018. So there were rumors that there would be an announcement, a big announcement by Sega.
I remember the tweets, and I was like, "This really? What's going to
Yeah.
be the announcement?"
Everybody was anticipating maybe a Shining announcement or something like that.
Can we get a console?
But yeah, I know. A Dreamcast,
Can we get a
The
console?
Dreamcast 2.
a Dreamcast song.
I would actually get hyped for it too. I would.
Oh, yeah.
I've always loved Sega.
I'm
man.
still a Sega fan.
They should come out with something called the Sega Soft, and it'll be Microsoft and Sega.
Sega
together.
Soft.
Hell yeah.
Whatever, man. I'll take it.
Well, it had everybody salivating with anticipation. So, with that being said, the podcast is going to be about that and their announcements and whether it is as big as they said it was or if it isn't. So, one of the big announcements that they were hinting at beforehand was a Sonic racing game.
Oh, the R thing or whatever that
The
was.
Sonic racing game, it was a hint at it. They were showing like headlights and they were showing like the R in racing. And you knew it was Sonic.
All right.
That
So
did sell, though.
they were hyping that up big time. So people were assuming it was going to be something in that vein anyway.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of a new Sonic racing game?
I got a silly question. Sonic the Hedgehog, he's fast on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he need a car?
Well, they had that game.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah,
right?
they
What was
did,
it?
and it was horrible.
Was it All Star? What was it like?
No, that was Sonic R Racing.
Nah,
Oh,
it was Sonic
Sonic
R
R. For a second.
Oh no, I'm talking about the cars, not when he was running on his feet.
Sonic.
Sonic-
With
Sonic-
those,
Sonic-
with those
Sonic-
amazing songs.
That was All Stars.
Oh, I thought it was-
city.
That was.
What's the recent one that the
That was
Transformers?
the transformation one. Yeah.
Transformers.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that this is going to be a sequel to something like that, like more of a Mario Kart-esque type game,
Right.
not the running on foot one.
Yeah.
Because I know it makes sense, but that didn't.
That one
that
sold
didn't
the
pan
best.
out.
That one
Didn't-
sold the best though out of all.
Oh, jeez.
The what? The running one?
The
Transformers.
Transformers, the
like,
one that came out for
that's
the Wii U.
Yeah, that one
No,
sold
no,
pretty
no,
well.
Transforming vehicles?
That one was actually
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 players too.
It had Alex Kidd in it. Or if I'm overseas, I should say Alex the Kid. I hate that.
Alex
That's what they said. Alex the Kid.
I just watched something and they said Alex the Kid in Miracle World. That's
Oh,
like that's
man.
not
That's
it.
how old the game is and how lost it is. They don't even know what the fucking proper name of it is. Alex the Kid.
That's like me saying Teddy the Boy. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But yeah, I mean, for them to hype up the show for just that would have been kind of trash.
It was.
Because nobody really is anticipating something like that. It's like
That's like a failed Sega Direct.
they should have a Sega Direct. I'm just saying.
I know, right?
But they act like this was going to be something like that.
Nah, man.
So unless it was going to be Sega or Sonic in Gran Turismo, then it's not going to be a big
still bad.
announcement.
Could you imagine?
Still bad.
Gran Turismo.
I would just
Well,
be like, man,
Sonic rendered in Gran Turismo graphics?
Hey.
Like,
Well,
it would look beautiful,
weird.
but it's just like,
Yeah.
why? It's like, why?
Why?
Why
It
is he
looks
there?
so real, just like a real hedgehog driving.
you can see each hair
They should make-
as he's running.
They should make him
driving.
like a blue version of a real hedgehog in the game.
Driving.
That would be fucking hysterical.
Big wheel. How come? Listen, how come Sonic isn't in a big wheel? Running.
That's it. That's even
That would
better
be a
idea.
car.
He's not a hamster.
and have
He's
him
not
like-
Sonic the hamster.
It'd be great if he shit while he was
hedgehog
running
runs
on the wheel also.
Oh yeah, he slides, power slides on the shit.
Yes, this is an
It's a real
anatomic-
hedgehog. That's what they do.
This is an anatomically correct hedgehog.
That's so
Nah,
bad.
Ninja Turtles never again. Okay, so so they announced another thing with Sonic pertaining to Sonic. It was a Sonic movie is coming. I think November 2019.
Yes.
So it's gonna be. It's not a cartoon,
Yeah.
which I was anticipating it being a cartoon.
It's not
It probably
gonna
would have been better.
CG.
Wait a minute.
It's going to be like Roger Rabbit. How?
You mean?
I mean,
no.
thinking of Roger Rabbit,
Jesus Christ.
fine thoughts. Yes, great. But will they be able to pull it off? They really want Sonic to get with a human. I don't know why.
I don't like
Please
seeing
Yeah,
don't
that's
do
kind of
this.
weird,
I
man.
don't like
Please don't
seeing
do Sonic
fucking-
06.
Nope.
Please don't do Sonic 06 the movie. Unless it's that bad. If it's that bad, then please do.
He kissed the chick in that, right?
Yes.
Oh my god.
The human chick.
Yeah. They had little blue babies. No.
They've always hinted at that in Ninja Turtles, but they never had it happen.
No.
And I'm glad they never had it happen.
Michelangelo would never get April.
Yeah, that's just weird, especially
don't.
if you ever watch
Unless,
the video.
well, actually, he did.
It would be like,
Really? Really?
Let's not talk about that.
Terrible.
Actually, it's Casey Jones more so. But let's not talk about that.
It's like,
Let's not talk about April O'Neil at all.
Yikes.
The real one, the real person.
Yikes.
it's terrible.
So,
Dear God.
so yeah, so a live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I want to see who Dr. Robotnik is because he'll probably be real, right? He'll probably be a real person.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
would it be
unless-
Would it be Robotnik or Eggman?
Do they
I'll be
call him
Dr.
Eggman
Robotnik.
now?
They call it Eggman now.
He's now Eggman, right?
So that,
Yeah, they kind of
yeah.
call him that now. That's
They
what
can't
it
call
is.
him
weird.
Eggman.
Give
That's
me a
garbage.
big ass red handlebar mustache. I'll be Dr. Robotnik.
He
Sega.
ain't black.
I'm talking
Yeah,
right
right.
now.
That's racist.
That's Dr. Robotnik. That's a different character completely. But it would work.
So that
I'd
Eggman-
watch
The road black.
It's the right
So that-
time.
So that Eggman, black man.
It's the right time.
Dr. Robotnik.
It's the right time. It's
Black
the right
man.
time.
Black
I
man.
think so.
Sega,
yeah.
I'm talking to you. I got you. I got you. I'm down.
After Black Panther, it's time.
Is it for real? Wow.
Awesome movie, by the way. Not the segue, but that was
Yeah,
awesome movie.
man.
About time you saw that shit. Later.
Straight out of Wakanda. Oh, I got the Black
great.
Panther on my T-shirt.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you
That
go.
crown though. That crown though. That crown though. That crown. That crown though.
King.
So another thing that they were hyping up. All right, so it was. I don't know which one I should go to first. All right, let's go to the big word. Well,
There's two
you want to
big
go through game?
announcements.
Yeah, there were two big ones, so we'll go through both.
Mhm.
So the first one was pretty much the Sega Genesis Mini,
Yeah!
but it was
Yeah!
it was the Mega Drive Mini, by the way. 'Cause it was in Japan.
Mini.
It was announced.
It's not coming out.
It was announced for Japan right now. The Mega Drive Mini
Boo.
Oh, man.
sounds cooler than Genesis Mini, by the way.
The Mega Drive.
Mega Mini.
Mega Mini Drive Genesis.
The Genesis Mini. It's going to come over, though. It's going to come by.
It's gonna come over because Genesis was huge in the U.S. and it pretty much beat out Super Nintendo for a good run.
Mm.
So it's pretty much gonna come here.
Right.
Is it gonna be good? That's another story.
How many
Games,
games?
How many games? And did they say which ones are
They
going to be on
didn't
it?
say the games.
Didn't say the games.
No.
Didn't list
What
nothing.
was on Super Nintendo? 30?
20.
Why was that
20.
so loud?
Maybe 20.
20.
Why was that so loud?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hold
I,
on.
Yeah,
I
it
could
was
think
20
of
games.
I could think of a nice 20
It's
dope
probably-
ass Genesis games.
It's probably gonna be all Sega games, like all Sega.
What
no
if you
third
still
party.
have Genesis games?
No.
Could-
The cartridge is gonna be as big as the system.
Oh,
They're gonna
man.
fit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's got to be mad. Yeah,
It's a
mad
mini
tiny,
one,
yeah.
yeah.
It's real small.
So they'll be
Mini.
they'll be built in.
The Genesis Mini.
The thing about Genesis emulation though versus Super Nintendo emulation, Genesis emulation is pretty crap when it comes to sound. They can make it look like it, but the sound is always botched.
off.
It's always off.
Yeah.
And every fake Genesis system that's come out that tries to emulate it has failed
Really?
in that regard. Yeah.
Hard.
Still hasn't had one. Even the one that just came out. They had one that come out from a third party company that was competing with the Super Nintendo Classic.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was trash.
It was.
It was
That
trash.
was very bad.
Yeah. Luckily, it doesn't look like this one. The new one that's coming out is smaller.
When is it coming out? The Genesis.
They haven't
Mini?
announced.
Oh, they haven't announced.
No, only in Japan. And
How
it's
many
probably going to be over the summer.
collections is Sega going to come out with? It's like I feel like they've released collections of Sega Genesis collections for generations and generations. They
But
love
those will
them.
come out good.
I hope so.
No, those do come out good. Their collections on systems, they come out decent.
Yeah.
But on an emulator, no, not at all.
That's a different story.
So
Yeah.
they're working with a company. I forget what it is, like at Games, I think it's called.
Right.
They're working with that company, and that company has released some shoddy Genesis emulating systems beforehand. So I don't know what they intend to give them, unless they're giving them the sound card to put in there to figure out what they did wrong. And they're like, you know what? All you had to do was this, and then it's a fine one. Maybe that's why they're working with them.
Yeah.
But if they're just working with them just because they've done it before and they're not going to change nothing, that's going to be a big fail.
That would suck.
But I'd assume-
especially if they ruin the music and shit.
Yeah.
That'd be really horrible. Especially
Unless-
if it's Fantasy Star 2 on there. Don't even want to play the game if they ruin the fucking music.
Unless, and as you can see, our last podcast, favorite Genesis music, go check it out. But if if they put bad music on there, they might as well just put Streets of Rage 3 on constantly.
Yeah, might as well.
Just put that
Just
on
Rage 3 has
20
terrible
times.
music.
20 times. Because every game's going to sound like that.
Yeah. That terrible music. 1 and 2 was amazing.
I could assume, though, that most
game
of the
was fun as hell.
most,
It was.
most, if not games on there, will probably be straight from Sega. They won't have any Gunstar Heroes. They won't have any, like, any other.
That's a problem.
I would.
That's
There'll
a
be no
huge problem.
bloodlines. We'll see.
That's a
We'll see.
problem.
Maybe they'll get-
Gunstar has to be on there.
Sega has too
Gunstar's
many
so
titles.
dope.
That's one of the top
If
5.
they're only putting 20, Sega has too many titles that they made that they want to get on there first. Because
30.
you know,
Do 30.
as much as I hate it, Echo the Dolphin is going to be on there.
Of course
There's
it
three
will.
of them.
And I don't think anyone here has played it and liked it. Like, does anyone play it?
I haven't
boring.
even
I
played it.
played the
I
first
played
one. It's not a bad game.
I had
just,
it.
You know,
But no one just cares. Who
What
gives
was the
a
point
shit?
of the game?
It was boring, man.
You're trying
It
to
was like
get to the top. I don't know.
Yeah.
swim,
I
Trying
was
to
just
swim to the
like,
top.
No. I was
sonar,
just- Nah.
dolphin talk.
Not about that life.
Dolphin talk.
That was boring,
Dolphin
man.
teeth.
That's very innovative, but I'm not about that life.
They're always gonna put it on there.
It looked nice, though.
Kid Chameleon.
Graphics,
They're gonna put bad games. I hope they don't put
Psycho
bad games
Fox.
that they did.
Nah,
Ultra
Master-
Beast.
That's Master System.
Alter Beast. Yeah, Alter Beast is a
Oh,
shoe.
Yeah, don't put that.
Was
there.
Gang
Why?
Ground Sega?
It's
Was
ugly.
Gang Ground Sega?
Gang Ground is probably gonna be
I
on.
think
there.
Oh yeah, love Gang Ground.
Did they develop it or they published
No,
it?
Sega did that.
Sega, they both. They've developed it and
Yeah,
published. Okay.
This is everything that came out for. Basically, everything that came out for Sega Master System times was Sega,
Yeah, they pretty much held it.
unless
down
it was like
themselves.
one company like Taito or something.
Man, Fantasy
But-
Star 1 through like 4. Hopefully they could leave out 3.
No, it'll probably be there. I don't know if they'll put 3 of anything on there.
That one was so
If it's not that many
trash.
games. If it's 30 games, then they'll probably put multiples of certain things. But I don't know, man. I don't know if they'll get Capcom on there and Konami. Like if they do to compete, they should. They should have a Street Fighter on there. They should have a Castlevania on there. They should have Gunstar Heroes on there. They should have those on there.
Yeah.
But we got to wait for the announcement.
That Turtles Hyperstone heist, though.
That was dope. No, that was
That won't be on there.
I liked it better than Turtles in Time.
really.
That was like
Straight up.
it was a spin-off of it though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It had like 2 different levels or something,
They had like 2 or 3 levels more.
like the arcade.
Yeah.
I played that. I played the emulator of that of the arcade version, and I was like, "What stage is this?" There was like a Western stage.
Yeah,
and I was
Western
like,
stage. Yeah, Western
I don't
stage.
remember this in the game.
That was in the Super Nintendo
This has
one.
been so
That
long.
was- no, was it?
No,
No, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No.
The Western was not
No,
on
it
there.
wasn't. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't think the Western stage
With
was. there.
Leatherhead, right, or somebody.
No, Leatherhead was a
No,
boss in the
Leather
Super
was.
Nintendo.
I think they changed the
He
stage.
was in the
But the
Super
stage might have changed. Yeah,
Yeah.
they changed to like a pirate ship or something.
yes.
Yep.
Or something like that. Yeah,
It was.
the Super Nintendo one.
Oh, it was either vice
Yeah,
versa.
nope.
One
Yeah,
or the other.
pirate ship. Yep, there was a pirate ship on the Super Nintendo one.
Yes.
Damn, I played that. What's his name's house in elementary school?
Yep.
Mhm.
Jesus, that's
Way back.
It's crazy. It's way back.
That's a throwback.
Elementary
Way
school.
back.
God damn.
At least that was elementary school.
Damn.
But
God
what do
damn.
you guys stop it? So what do you guys think of them coming out with a portable system like that? Well, not a portable, but a mini
A
system.
mini. I think it's smart. I think it's about time. I'm tired of all these little devices though. Just,
Well, Nintendo made a killing off it.
Yeah,
a
they-
killing.
That's why.
off
they
I
it.
just hope. I just hope it.
course.
smart business.
I just
Smart
hope
business.
I just hope it brings back like people to be familiar with their popular
franchises?
their franchises again and be like, yo, this was the shit. I wish they would make a new one. I hope if that's the point and that's what happens because of it, I'm all for it. But if it's just like, hey, we're not gonna make anything new, so here goes some old shit. Like I don't.
Oh, that's definitely what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
And I feel like that's what it is. Because what's the last thing Sega made besides Valkyria Chronicles? Like I can't name anything dope.
They
that
got a
they
few
made.
things.
No, they got,
They got a few
Vanquish.
Well, Vanquish, yeah. I mean,
Vanquish was
Bayonetta 2.
Vanquish was really
Yeah, Bayonetta
good.
2.
Bayonetta 2.
That's
Even
even
though
though
Vanquish was fun.
you really got to credit Nintendo though, because they funded the whole development on that. But it's still Sega's IP.
Sega
so they
has
get
so
credit for
many
that.
dope IPs
Yes.
that need to come out again, and it's crazy, man. It really is crazy.
I
But
miss that company, man.
No,
Like, not for nothing. I feel like I'm the Sega fan, and I felt disenfranchised after the Dreamcast failed, and
Pretty
I'm just
much.
like,
Sega is video game
was only-
history. It's
Yeah.
video game history. You got Nintendo, you got Sega. Sega, if they don't have a system, they have to have their IPs somewhere. Like just pumping out new sequels and new shit. And them not around is just like, come on, man, just give us a Streets of Rage 4. Give us a Shining Force 3 remake.
and there's so many games now. Like you see how Monster Hunter's making a killing. Fantasy Star Online started that trend.
And you know what? Speaking of Fantasy Star, they have a Fantasy Star Online coming out for the Switch.
2, right? Part 2?
Episode
I
1 and
think,
2
yeah.
probably again.
Really?
No, not the ones that came out for GameCube. It's
Yeah.
a totally different game. It's like
What, a
it's,
new one?
Yeah, it's a new one.
What?
It's a new one, but it's Japan only so far. So it's like, but Monster Hunter is the same type of game as
Same
Fantasy
thing.
Star Online.
Right,
it's
yeah.
the same type of game. I don't understand.
And then they announced what? Shining Resonance for Switch, and it already came out like years ago, right? For some system, but like
PS3.
it's like stop re-releasing these. Stop teasing me with this shit. Stop with this shining crap. Give everyone what they want, please.
They need to come out with Shining Wizard.
Wait, have they?
That would be a knockout.
No, Shining Wisdom. Dude, they did Shining Wisdom.
Wow.
Shining Wisdom came
I
out.
got it.
No, I just ignored it. I just didn't want
I
to.
hated it, but I had to laugh at it.
God damn it.
Terrible.
It's fucking awful.
The thing about a Sega fan is they love the franchises that Sega had.
Yep.
And Sega has shit all over them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not as bad as Konami.
Pretty much.
No, yeah.
No, I mean,
but they have shit on them.
after the Dreamcast, I mean, the Dreamcast is mostly. I would say the Dreamcast is more a Capcom system than a Sega system. To be in all honesty,
Dreamcast is more of a Capcom.
Well, no,
system.
because
Yeah,
Marvel
Sega-
vs. Capcom 2 like basically
It was, yeah.
made
It
that
was.
system, and then they released
Power
a couple
Stone.
of Power Stones.
Cannon Spike.
Power
Code
Stone.
Veronica.
everything you
Veronica.
name,
Yeah.
everything you name on Dreamcast was Capcom.
Yeah, there's a lot
Like they
of
came
good
out with a
Capcom,
game every
yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, Capcom was killing it for that system.
It
If you
was.
think
Really was.
Sega on it, you'll think like Jet Grind Radio or
Yes.
Jet Set Radio or stuff like
Yeah.
that. But you're not going to name more than Capcom on it. Not
I
at all.
know. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 were still dope.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, they were good games.
And we had what, Virtual Tennis? Did that Sega?
Oh,
What was that?
I can't even remember.
Blue
That's a
Stinger.
good game.
Blue Stinger.
Oh, stop it with that blue stinger. Stop that. Stop
Blue
that.
Stinger.
Stop that.
NFL 2K. NFL 2K.
2Ks were dope. No, 2Ks were
It
dope.
was horrible.
That was Take Two, though, right?
2K was.
Or was it Sega?
I think it was Sega.
It was Sega then?
Take Two.
They did it, but Sega bought it out. That's how they usually do anyway.
Something like that. Sega owned them, and I think Take Two took them or something. I forget the history of 2K Sports. You know, but they
I like those games.
I think that
they
was the
made
last
solid
football
sports
game I
games.
played.
Yeah.
Really?
2K?
I messed with some
series,
Maddens, but something was off. I don't know what it was. It was
My
wasn't
last
the
one
same.
was Game Day.
Oh shit! Brett
Yeah,
Favre on the cover.
PlayStation
Brett
1.
Favre. You got Brett Favre on the
That's
Green
pretty
Bay
good.
Packers.
That's pretty good.
I think the last basketball game I played was actually on Dreamcast.
Wow, it was the last basketball game you played.
Yeah,
Wow.
I bought
It was a 2K, right?
I bought an NBA game for Xbox, and I was like, I felt like I was switching from a Nintendo and going straight to a PlayStation 3 controller, and I'm just like, what is going on?
He had the,
I couldn't get
too
into
many buttons.
The Chris problem.
Too many buttons.
Our brother Chris stopped
Yeah,
playing
like-
games because the buttons got too many.
That game was so complicated, and I know it's like really rewarding once you master it, but like
Yeah.
I was just like, nope.
I stopped after
Starts
the
becoming
one with
work.
Jordan, the one
Yeah,
with Jordan for
yeah,
two,
yeah.
which was very good. I enjoyed that
It was
a
like
lot.
5 years ago.
Yeah, 2011, I believe.
think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2011.
it was a long time.
Yeah, that was awesome. I like
That
that
was the
one a
last
lot.
time. Last
Yeah, it's-
NBA game. Wow.
Yeah, last
Well,
time I
that's
played
still
NBA.
that's still not as late as mine.
No,
Mine was NBA Street 1 and 2.
Oh my god.
That's my
Shit.
basketball game that I had last.
That's actually the
NBA
last
Street
one I
one's-
played.
Yep.
NBA Street 1.
I forgot which one it was.
And In
First
the
one.
Zone 2.
I was just about to say in the zone 2 with your fake created Jordan.
Hey, you-
Oh yeah.
We didn't have a name on the back of his jersey. He just had a
Yeah,
number.
23 though.
Yeah,
Roster-
23. Yeah,
he
no
was
name.
roster guard.
Roster guy. Yeah, exactly.
Yo, you
And
remember
the zone-
NBA Live 95 for Genesis?
Yes. That was
Jordan
dope.
was in it as roster guard.
Yep. Mhm.
I was like, that is trash.
That is awful.
Sometimes
How's
you
this
gotta-
dude with no name killing everyone? Dunking from the foul line. His name is roster guard. Thanks.
That's true. That's true.
You can always use the stats. You can't use a name, but you can put the stats.
95s and everything. It's like, goddamn, man. It's such a waste.
But there was rumors of a Dreamcast.
End the Zone. That was PlayStation, right?
Yeah, it's PlayStation.
Wow.
PlayStation 1.
Wow.
There was rumors of a what, chat?
Of Dreamcast 2. But you know what it ended up being?
Nothing.
No, it ended up being Xbox.
That's shit.
No, for real.
Oh, man.
For real. Ended up being Xbox because that was made by, well, Sega
Right.
basically made a deal with them. That's why Jet Grind Radio Future came out. and Shenmue
Dreamcast
2.
ran on Windows.
the CEO
Dreamcast
of,
did run on Windows.
Yeah,
yeah.
ran on Windows.
Because Microsoft
CE or
was trying to get a
something.
system out, and they
Peter
I
Moore.
read the whole. I just saw a story on that.
Peter Moore, he was the CEO of Sega before he went to Microsoft.
But they had ties to it. It was close to being.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Did he
yeah.
go to Microsoft or EA?
No, it was Microsoft.
No,
and
it
It was Microsoft.
Yeah.
Peter
It was
Moore went to
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Then it was yeah.
Then he went to EA
Yeah.
after. Oh,
I don't know where he is now.
Interesting.
Let's look it up.
Yeah. I think he's retired now.
I don't know. I don't want to find out more.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming.
Oh, God, please.
Too old.
Please.
No.
Why are you doing the Kev
That
thing
was
more
great.
than him? Why are
That
you?
was
And look how
great.
happy
I don't
he
get
is.
No, it was great.
I don't get it.
What's his appeal?
That's crazy.
To piss off the audience.
So there's this one last thing that they announced. So
The big announcement of the
I don't know
night.
if it's a big announcement, but
Of the event.
I think people took the Genesis announcement as bigger.
Really?
But
Damn.
the return of Sega Ages. So Sega Ages is Sega's thing where they release either remade older franchise titles or the older franchise titles in general. So basically they had that going for PlayStation 2 where they remade them
Right.
kind of horribly, and it was like a
They were terrible.
Was there any good ones or no? They all sucked.
they didn't all suck, but it was more of a budget. It was a budget remake
It was-
system.
They shouldn't have done it. It's like they shouldn't- when they did that for PlayStation 2,
When
they had
they-
PlayStation 1 part.
When they started it, it was like a budget system thing, and then they said, okay, let's just bring out remastered versions of Sega Saturn games, which was better.
Was
Because
probably
Panzer
better.
Dragoon and stuff looked better on there. They didn't mess with the game. Instead of remaking it completely bad with no money, like Golden Axe. Oh, man. So, and, okay. But this is a different Sega age. Because on the 3DS, they released that line on there. And the same system, I think it's M2, is releasing the same emulated remaster games that they did for those onto the new system. Well, they're handling the transition,
Right.
so that's good. That's a good thing. They made the 3D versions of the 3DS versions of the old games,
Okay.
and those
Yeah.
came out good.
They did. The Outrun
Really
was
good.
on there.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have it.
I do.
Oh, you do?
I was like,
In 3D?
I have it in 3D. Yes.
So, but I heard they did those well. I don't have a 3DS, so I don't know. I don't play them. So how did they do, Kevin? Was it good?
That's the
botch
only
it?
one I've seen. But for the 3DS, they're just pretty much the same. They're just 3D.
Okay,
You know, so they're not bad. They're not like the.
that means it's good then,
yes,
because it was
yes.
pretty much the same but horrible. Then they did a bad job. But
Yes.
they're going to be in charge of bringing these new, older retro titles onto the Switch. Right now, they announced they're coming out with, I think, 13 titles to begin with, but they only announced maybe 6.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
But this is my question to you guys.
I dig it.
The Virtual Console, everyone's dying to hear what Nintendo has to say on the Virtual Console because that's like a retro released system on their storefront. So basically, you'll be getting Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 3, and like all retro titles from Nintendo.
Yeah.
And your account's not tied to it, so I don't know why people are dying to get the
Yeah.
Virtual Console because you're not. It's like, oh, I already bought this title. Let me download it again. No, it's not like Xbox Live or anything like that. It's you'll have to buy it over. So
That's the
They're
thing
not-
that Reggie hinted that they were going to try that. They heard that. They understand that people want it, so they said stay tuned. That's all he said.
why
about
even bring it out as the Virtual Console?
Right.
It's already out. You have your store. Work on your store.
Right.
Don't name it, brand it, anything like that.
it. The
Right.
Virtual Console.
Don't brand it that.
Yeah, call it
It's
the Virtual
dead.
Console.
No,
That way people know that it's retro.
no,
No, man.
no. It's already out.
Call it the retro console.
Listen, they
No, I
mentioned-
agree with Jay, though. I
Listen,
think you're right, though. About that.
SNK has been doing this the whole time the system has been out.
Yeah.
All their retro
That's true.
titles have been coming out weekly.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of them.
Since day one.
So what are they going to do when they get the Virtual Console? Just make a if they didn't do this, if they didn't make a Neo Geo section and put all those games in there,
Yeah.
then they fail.
That's what it is. You take the Virtual Console, you take all those Neo Geo games, you throw them in that folder.
That's what I'm.
You're going to throw them in that Virtual Console folder and blah.
There's nothing to do with a folder.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying
folder.
I like how
their
I
store,
said, put them in the folder.
their store.
Put them in the folder.
Put that in the
I'm
folder.
saying the store and their branding. They would have to put it under that label since it's retro. But does it matter?
No,
No.
because what they
Just
should
put
do is
retro in, search retro, and pop all those titles.
yeah,
up.
like you
Pretty
said.
much.
You've said it before. They need to work on their fucking their interface for their
Absolutely.
online store. Because
I think they're going to.
If they do that, then there's no need for a freaking virtual. Like I agree with you, man. I don't think they need to.
Well,
focus
Nintendo
on
has
that.
bought out their retro stuff too, and they're waiting on. They're in
Right.
control of the store.
Arcade archives.
Yeah,
Right.
they bought out Punch Out, old Punch
Right.
Out,
Right.
and they got Mario Brothers on there.
Speaking
They
of
got-
that, you have got to see him play Punch Out and get his ass whooped. That shit is crazy.
That's
It's not
par for the course.
It's not
That
the
is
same.
That's a tough fucking game.
It's not the
I don't
same
know
as the other
anyone
ones.
who's
it's
beaten
bad
that
controls.
game. That-
It's bad controls though.
It's not.
the
Yeah,
first
what it
game.
is?
It's old.
the controls aren't as great as the newer
Body
Punch-Outs.
blow, body
Really?
blow.
Yeah,
and,
because
of-
and I always wanted to play.
But
Like
it's
I
good.
always,
It's still
it
good.
attracted me to play the
I like
game. When I went to Barcade to play the shit, I'm almost positive the controller was fucked up.
always.
But
always.
I'm like, I can't beat the first fucking guy. I'm like, I am not that bad in games. To- yeah, I
Glass
c-
Joe, you can beat Glass
Yeah,
Joe.
'cause
He's not the first guy, is he?
I don't know who it was, but he whooped my ass, and I couldn't fucking dodge.
It
They
locks
go,
your
"Al, let me get a
guard."
beer. Let me get a beer.
You know, it's like if you press up, all your punches are gonna go from the head until you press down. So it's like, you know how in other punch out you
Yeah.
press up to punch up,
Yeah.
and you press down to punch down. It's not like that. You have to press down, hold it down, and then you punch, and then you punch slower. So it's a little bit slower paced. So it's a little. The one for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Wii, they're better.
So-
They're better, but it's not a bad game. Still.
So the reason they want, all right, so I can see why they would want something other than that, because I would see why they want Virtual Console because they reference that with, okay, I want NES games, Super Nintendo games,
Oh my god, the beer went up my nose.
so they want NES
Oh my
games,
God.
Super Nintendo games,
Yeah.
and they want Nintendo 64 games, and they want to even push higher than that.
Yeah.
So they want to get Wii games on there. They want, I swear they should get Wii Sports. Come on, what's taking so long?
It's gonna go. It's
I
gonna
want them
come.
to get Punch Out for the Wii. God damn.
They have it. Punch Out Arcade Archive.
For the Wii version.
That's definitely.
Well, that's the awesome one. That's the
That's
best
the one
yes.
I don't want to get.
That's
Wii
the best
box
one.
is
Yes.
Switch. They need to
fun.
freaking. I don't even care. They bring the exact same. Just port it over. Just port it.
I want to punch with the.
They did to Wii U, so they should bring it back to
They
Switch.
should.
Yeah, that is the best one. That's my favorite one.
That's
The one for
my
Wii.
favorite one.
That one is awesome.
That's my favorite one. I'm like, oh.
But I can see why people want it branded that way because they want actual Nintendo stuff.
I think what they're going to do with the Virtual Console is that they're going to do the subscription thing.
They want their rental thing. Yeah.
They're going to keep coming out with they're going to keep coming out with new retro games every single week or every single month or whatever like that. And as long as you subscribe, you're going to have access to those games.
Right.
If you don't want to subscribe, they're probably going to sell them also for you to just own.
$3.
You
No
know,
more than $3.
Which they should. That's why I think they should.
It's going to
do
be
with it,
$7.
Yeah,
Just
well,
like the
it'll be
SNK games.
$6.99. Yep.
Whether
SNK games.
whether SNK's games or Sega Ages falls under the Virtual Console, who knows? Maybe they'll just keep them separate, like keep a retro section and put Virtual Console under there, put Sega Ages, put SNK on there. Who knows how they're going to do
That
it?
makes sense.
I think it's worth it. And like, just what is it? $20
For what?
for the year?
Yeah, 20 for the year.
I think it's I think
20.
it's-
That's not bad.
That's freaking worth it, man.
If they're giving you stuff for free, yeah, great.
They're giving you stuff for free.
But they haven't announced anything. Then they're not doing anything about
No,
it.
they didn't.
All these games are being delayed
They
because
didn't.
of it. That's why can't run that thing online.
What's that? The
The game that got delayed.
Dark
said-
Souls.
Yeah. Dark Souls is being delayed because they can't do their online test. They got to wait for them to announce it. And then they can do the online test. So it's
You know
coming out
what?
for the other systems. So that means I'm getting it for another system. They
be
messed that
cool.
up.
But then when it comes out for the Switch and you
I don't
want
need
a
it on the
portable,
go.
you're gonna double dip.
No, man, because you'll break the game. You'll break the screen. You don't want that on a portable. Nope. No way.
Oh, Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You don't want that on a portable. You will
yeah,
chuck
you
that
mean-
across the screen.
you'll fling
that's-
your,
You'll hear stories. You will hear stories. You'll see videos.
I have broken a 3DS before.
You wanna do the first viral?
fling the freaking.
You want to do the first viral video for it?
Wait,
the
hold.
second you get it on the first day,
Yo.
chuck it across the room.
Yo, hold
Yeah.
up, hold up.
Million views.
No, it's a frisbee.
Wait a second. You broke a 3DS
Yeah.
playing Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I got pissed off. I threw that shit at the side of my bed and it fucking snapped.
That's why
Yeah.
you broke it? I thought because your joystick didn't work.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah,
I heard him
wait a minute,
mumble
I thought
that
the same
shit. I was like, wait, hold up.
I thought the same thing, man.
Because he broke the
And you weren't
joystick.
even playing me.
I thought
That's
you
crazy.
broke just the joystick. I didn't know that.
I did break the thing, but it's like I broke the thing
I
off
didn't
and
know
I
it was
had the
because
little
of that.
stick right there. I could still able to play it, but I fought somebody online and I was
Wow.
pissed
Wow.
off
The
and I
anger.
threw that shit.
And you
I saw-
snapped it.
See?
and it went,
Kept
the
catching
shit
another
broke
L
off.
Kept
and I was
catching
like,
L's all the
in
time.
another video, in another fighting game.
He's just gonna break all of his
Why
consoles.
is he here?
Kev shouldn't play. Kev, you shouldn't play
I'm his
fighting
replacement.
games.
Never again. No, I was humbled since then. I've been humbled since then, and I've been a lot calmer from losing, so I'm fine.
Yo, Nerf needs to make a case.
I've been humbled.
Nerf needs to make a Switch case, man.
They did. Oh, no. They made it for the 3DS.
I would never do that for Switch. I would never throw a Switch. That's not
You
happening.
can't throw that thing. That's-
I can see you doing it though. I can see you doing it.
I'm not.
In the heat of oh man, when they come out,
God damn it!
Smash Brothers comes
Yo,
out.
If there was like a fight night for Switch or something like that, I probably won't be able to play. I will probably break the fuck out of that thing. I used to
be
get so mad.
That'll be
They
on
haven't
the, on
announced
the
that at
TV
all.
only.
No.
That
I don't
franchise
know.
is gone.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, man.
Just playing console mode.
You know what the
That's
funny thing is? A while back, a rumor was that they were gonna have Rocky Balboa as the main cover guy.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get like licensing and all that
Now they
shit.
had the
I
game
was like,
coming out.
wait, that was an idea? Oh my god, who the fuck? Like, yo, you have to pay the money. I don't give a shit. That should have fucking happened. Get Apollo, get Clubber Lang,
Hogan.
At least it when Creed 2
get
comes
Hogan, Thunder Lips.
They put Little Mac in a fight night that came
Yeah,
out
part two.
for GameCube.
Yeah,
Was it?
GameCube.
Yeah,
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 they put
yeah.
Lil Mac in there. That's fucking
They
dope.
tried so hard to sell that system.
Man.
They really did.
Yeah.
They did everything.
I like
But as far as the Sega, we got to get back on topic.
Yeah. Wait, that wasn't the top?
Yeah, right.
So as far as the Sega Fest, do you think that it was as good as they hyped it up to
No,
be?
absolutely not.
No,
I was not hyped about any of that.
No way.
No, I am kind of amped.
Oh, wait.
Look,
no,
look,
they did have one more. There was one more announcement they did.
What was that?
Shenmue 1 and 2
that's right.
remaster
Yes.
for the PS4.
Oh, yeah, I
and
forgot
Xbox
about
and
that.
That's
PS5.
the
Yeah.
kicker, though. I don't know if it's a remaster.
Right.
It better be higher res at least.
At the very
I
They're
don't
least,
not
think it
just
is.
bringing it out.
it looks the
It
same.
looks like a
man.
direct
Really?
port.
It looks
yeah.
like a direct port.
Really?
That's what people are saying.
face was looking. That's why I took the photo.
It'll be 1080p.
That's why I want to hear. I want to hear
That's
that
it.
bad
I don't
voice
think
acting.
so.
I
'Cause
saw like
on what you call it, 480, right? Or was it? It wasn't. Yeah,
these are.
unless it was on S video.
It's 480.
It was like 480.
was
Yeah,
480.
and it's like these are
And the
PS2.
aspect ratio is changed too. That's the only thing they're gonna make it.
Yeah,
widescreen.
anamorphic.
Wait,
Anamorphic.
Shenmue 2 never came out in English here, right?
Yeah, it did. It
Oh,
came
it did?
out.
It was on Xbox.
Oh.
It came out. Yeah, an Xbox.
was on Xbox.
Oh.
But it came out for the European Dreamcast, which I was able to get bootleg.
Oh.
But I was like, I was able,
They're coming after you.
Wow.
They're coming after you.
Wow. Wow.
FBI's
Long
after-
time ago. It's too
FBI is
late.
after you. What?
I
All
don't
the
even
real-
know it. I
all
don't even
the-
know it
There's a
anymore.
knock. There's a knock at the door.
Yeah, right.
All the real Saturn games you have, and you had to.
Yeah, right.
Seriously.
He's over here.
But I'm excited about the Sega Ages announcement though. They have Game Ground coming out. They got Alex Kidd Miracle World.
All right, this is
They got-
all right. This all right. I don't know if you're being sarcastic, yeah, or
It might
like
be
this-
Nah,
the
that's dope.
3-player
See, this
Game
is-
Ground.
See, there's one
It
thing.
might-
No, it's not.
This is one thing
It's
I
not.
can't see. This is it pains me to say this. There's 3 companies I can't get excited for anymore that used to be my 3 favorite companies. Obviously, Konami. I mean, they suckered me in with the co-op thing. They suckered me. I have to admit, they suckered me in. But Konami, Capcom,
Yep.
and Sega. I can't get excited until I see something significant.
Come on, they announced Super Thunder Force.
Thunder Force 4. Yes, Thunder Force
In this
4.
order, though. To agree with you, though, I think in that order that you just mentioned it, I think it's the other way.
Well,
for me.
Konami's the worst.
So that's the last one.
Yeah, yeah,
I would say Sega because they have some gems.
Yeah,
They have
yeah,
some good
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Sega,
But a lot of times
Capcom,
yeah.
Konami's the
Capcom.
absolute worst.
Capcom,
Yeah, that's in that order.
They are.
Sega because they're not bringing out any of their
No,
old IPs that were so amazing.
no,
that-
but they do have some new IPs that they've.
yeah,
come out
yeah,
with
yeah.
that are
Vanquish
actually-
and
We're gonna have a
Valkyria.
whole podcast for those topics.
Oh, yeah.
No, but like
we'll go into those.
I can't get excited over another Sega Ages, a Sonic movie, a fucking Sonic racing game. I give
But
zero
Shenmue
fucks.
though,
nobody really
Shenmue was a decent.
Shenmue is terribly aged.
It's
Yeah.
Terribly aged.
Yeah, man.
It is the Godfather
It's
of
like
Grand
funky
Theft.
old cheese.
It's like Grand Theft Auto with no vehicles.
But
It's
Grand
like-
Theft Auto was a
No, I
no.
give it credit where it's due. Listen, it did start like the whole open world type
Yes, it did.
It
game,
was ahead of its time, definitely.
and it cost so much to make. It put them out.
It was
of
ahead of its
business.
time and just stayed in that time.
Yep.
It's like
After
nothing.
2001,
Yeah,
it is
it
over.
did not progress.
It did
at
not
all.
make it to the new millennium that
Yeah.
well.
I
Well,
I
it's
actually
It's like we're far
finished
ahead of
that
the
game.
curve.
It had
That's
something
where we're
that
gonna stop.
a lot of new games don't have. The quick time.
Actually, it came out in 2001.
It's
right?
got quick time.
I can't.
I'm
remember.
saying
No,
it had
2000.
a lot of quick time,
Yeah, it's true.
which a lot of games don't do anymore. Like
Well,
God
you
of
gotta
War
thank God of War. for
God of
doing
War is
that
the only
type
one
of
that did it well, but I don't
thing.
even
So
know
they
if
changed the whole game to do it now.
Does
They
the
said,
new
we
one
can't
have-
put that in anymore.
does a new
Oh,
one
I
have
don't
it?
know.
No.
You want to hear
I don't know if
something
the new one
weird?
has it. Yeah, that'd be
When you just
interesting.
said
If it has it.
QuickTime, you know what I pictured? Remember
Dragon
those?
Slayer.
No. Those QuickTime actions in Die Hard for Dreamcast.
what I was gonna say.
How fucking nasty.
You know what's fucked up?
Oh my god,
Oh,
glad
Die
you-
Hard for Dreamcast.
I'm
or
glad you mentioned
That
that.
Saturn?
game was so fun.
dude. That
game
I'm
was
glad you
so
mentioned
fun.
that because when you guys were talking about,
You don't like the clothesline
the
and the
kick,
kick?
the kick, the flying kick, and you land on your feet. Get the fuck out.
yeah. I was gonna mention it. I'm like, should I?
They
Should
did
I
a
say
stunner.
That
a-
game was
a pedigree.
gross.
At the time, I
was
fucking
so ill.
loved it.
Oh, you can't play it now.
No, there's
I
Yo,
can't look at it.
What's the game that came out after that with the pirates?
Dynamite.
Dynamite
Dynamite
Deca.
Deca?
Dynamite Deca.
I was about to say
And they
Heady.
named it something.
Dynamite Cop.
Dynamite
Cop.
Cop.
Oh,
No,
was that-
Dynamite
no,
Cop
no,
was,
no,
no.
was I think a Lycon.
No,
game.
it was Dynamite Cop.
Was it?
They
I think-
renamed it
Yeah,
for
because
America.
the Japanese one was
Deca. Dynamite Deca was
Dynamite
Japanese.
that was Japanese,
Yeah,
but it was
okay.
Dynamite,
Dynamite
Cop
Cop.
in America.
Cop.
With the pirates and the
Yes.
and the daughter
Yes.
that looked like a man.
Yes.
Speaking
Yeah.
of the arcade,
And the fireman with the fucking.
Speaking of the arcade, though, since you said you played Punch Out a Broken
And you're
Arcade,
Jerry Seinfeld as the main character.
that same arcade, I went to, I played Dynamite Cop, and I picked up the mop,
Yeah.
and he was
Like I was-
doing
you-
this
you
with
got
it.
like that.
And I was
Everyone
like,
in.
I can't play this. no
Everyone's
more.
dead after
Yo.
that shit, dude.
I want
It
to
was
play
a
that.
terrible game.
It did not age well. A lot of games I loved on
doesn't,
on
yeah.
that system
yeah.
are so bad.
They-
Zombie Revenge probably
It's
would
almost
age
fu-
better than
It's still
that.
fun in a
I
bad way.
looked
though.
at a video.
But that's what I
of
like
it
about it.
recently.
I like those types
Zombie
of games.
Revenge. It's
so bad.
It's a rough one.
But listen,
It's a rough one, dude.
if Sega would have announced a new system, I mean, it's far fetched,
Yeah.
or a title that was very sought after,
I'd get excited.
That
that would have been great.
I actually would get excited if they did that.
I
But
don't know, man.
I don't
if
know,
they-
man.
even if they announced a Dreamcast Mini or something,
Oh yeah.
I would have been like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Dreamcast.
Oh,
It's pretty
Dreamcast
cool.
would be kinda
Yeah,
awesome.
actually, I would probably mess with that because
I
I
don't
want
That would have
want
been out of the blue.
I want Codename Veronica in my room.
Yep.
I want that in my room
Yep.
so I can
Buy
play
it.
that.
Yeah, but
Another
Atari
system.
announced.
It's on every system.
You gotta remember, Atari just announced their freaking
No,
their
new
system.
Atari box.
A new system.
No,
yeah.
that's trash. Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what would
trash.
happen if Sega
But
announced a new
that's what I'm
system.
saying.
That's what it would have been
and
like.
You know, yeah, they
Pretty
shouldn't
much.
do that. They shouldn't do that.
Unless they had every one of their titles that everybody wanted redone perfectly great,
Sequels and remakes.
Right.
I would
like debuting with Streets of Rage 4, looking
Shining Force 3
like
redone.
total sprites,
dude.
like
Right.
like Guilty Gear drawn. Like it has to be great
Yeah.
looking like
I
that.
mean,
dope.
Yeah,
Dude,
man.
if they
Then
can't,
I'd be
I would.
like-
I'd quit my
A
job.
Panzer Dragoon,
I'd quit my job.
a new one, a new Shining, series.
Or
Giant
Fantasy
Force,
Star
I should
Online.
say. Fantasy Star.
Yeah, Fantasy Star. Yes, let's get a
Like,
Fantasy Star.
If they announce all those titles,
Fantasy Star, Sega Ages, the Switch. It's coming.
Dude, you need to like. fucking
so those games, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I with emulators, the way with RetroPie and everything, the way it can run every old game, I'm less excited about those. But it's cool that they're bringing it so that people who don't, if they do it legit and don't get the emulators,
Right.
they can play it on there.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I'm more for any Alice Kid in Miracle World people.
Absolutely.
Could you imagine another Alex Kidd game? I can't even.
No,
I don't
it's very,
even know.
it's a very
where that-
outdated, weird game.
No,
It's a very like. How would you even make
You
it?
could do a 3D one.
They couldn't even figure out how to make another Alice Kid. All those games are completely different.
That's the
games.
thing about Alex Kidd, though. Every game, the gameplay changes.
Wait, was Zillion Sega?
Yeah,
Ooh.
but you know how when Mario and Mario 2 came out, those are completely different games. So imagine if they kept doing that. Just taking games that were like that, like, oh, this
Change
looks
the
kind
whole
of like it,
time.
and just
Don't
change
miss.
the sprites.
Play it like this. Make
That's
it
what they
play-
did
yeah.
with Alice Kid.
That's true.
Alice in Shinobi World, Alice Kid in BMX,
Wow.
Alice Kid in Lost Stars.
I mean, if you do that, you can have infinite games.
Oh, I know.
mean, yeah, yeah.
Right.
But there's only few and far between that are good. You gotta make sure.
Alex chilling with Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him in Sonic's
Alice Kid in
World.
Sonic in Green Hill.
And Green Hill Zone.
Green Hill Zone.
Just
That's
one
dope.
stage. That's the whole game.
Just one stage.
I buy it. I got to support them. I do. Better be a hell of a stage, though.
Do you guys think this will lead to something positive for Sega, or is it just like a
More
whatever?
money? Hell yeah.
No, I mean not money. I'm just like, do you
I'm
think
saying if they get more money, they can bring out these games.
because they can't afford them right now?
If they go all in and they make money off of this, who knows what could happen? Because that's at
you
the
think
end
that-
of the day, that's exactly what it comes down to. It's money.
I hope it does. I hope they do well.
It's always
The
money.
Sega Age of brand.
Hey, listen.
They better
if
have
it-
EA games on it then. They better have
General
NHL.
Chaos. General Chaos. Get it going.
No.
General Chaos. General
better
Chaos
have-
all day, man.
They better have Madden. They better have NHL. They better have
NBA Live 95.
All of
Yeah,
them.
95.
Only the good
NHL
ones.
94.
NHL 90. Which one would you make him bleed?
94.
93 or
Oh,
93?
93.
When he
93.
bleed. Wayne Gretzky bleeding like.
So they have to have like a whole set of those. But I don't think EA's playing like that. They don't have nothing. They didn't put anything on any.
God, I
of these.
wish this leads to something good.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I really
a bunch
do.
of what strike games? Remember those helicopter games?
No, they said
I used to like those.
Oh,
Jungle Strike, Urban Strike. I like the Jungle.
the Strikes?
They were
The Strike
difficult.
series?
Dude, they were so
Those
difficult.
were like Tom Clancy games back in the day.
Oh my God, they were
Right?
so tough.
Nah, speaking of which, Sega Saturn games and Dreamcast games are supposed to come to Sega Ages.
They can't emulate Saturn.
They can't. Well,
they
that's
can barely
muddy.
do it.
That's
I wanna
muddy.
see them
That's
do it.
muddy.
No.
Like,
Well, they did. I mean, they could pull it off, but it's real bad.
oh my God.
Ah.
Like, remember we had, what was it? It was, you played Shining on the emulator.
Shining
Shining Force.
on the emulator. Shining Force what? 2?
Oh, no, the 3.
Oh yeah.
When
That was fine. Yeah, that was
played
dope.
the
I
English-
mean,
Wait a
it's
minute.
ugly as shit.
Correction.
Yeah.
You tortured us with Shining Force 3.
Well,
Absolutely.
we.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We tortured
Both of you tortured
the entire house.
Oh yeah, the last dungeon. Those. Oh man,
that was like
all three
China-
Saturn.
characters.
Chinese water torture,
No,
man.
what system?
I couldn't watch.
What system did Burning Rangers come out for?
Saturn.
That's Saturn.
No, I would play that,
Dude,
again.
a new one cleaned up with it would be good. It would be
would
really
look
good.
dope.
But
Yo, I
look
never
at
played
that
that.
shit now.
Ugly.
The
They need to
songs
bring
are-
out-
the songs would stay.
Dragon Force.
Yes.
Dragon Force.
Oh,
And
Dragon
Dragon
Force.
Force 2.
But
Sega.
is that Sega
Yo.
too?
Sega, take the English translation from Verve Fanworks, okay? Pay them for the script. It was because of me. It was because of me.
I was waiting
All right?
for it.
No, Shameless. It was because of me. I made
Shameless
that
plug.
English
Yo.
translation happen.
Yo, I was
Take it from them.
I was
because of me.
Yo, I was playing the game with his editing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The script is very good, but then I caught a Kevline in it. I caught a Kevline. I said, "This is right out of Kevline.
Really?
This
Wow.
does not need to be there,
Was it a
Kev."
pun?
I straight up played
It
that
was-
game in Japanese.
It's like some. How about I whoop your ass right now? I was like, that is a Kevline.
Yup.
Get it out. Get it out.
Boy.
I played
boy.
through that game.
Take
with,
it out.
I think I played through that game with every kingdom in
Two
Japanese.
is so
Oh,
dope.
wow.
Two is
Wow.
so dope.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's dedication.
yeah.
Now you just
I
gotta
got
play the
through-
one that kept
It
it.
was rough.
Jeez.
Wow.
He didn't play- he didn't
that
play
game
that
is dope. That game is dope. Even like the end. The end.
The end,
oh
yeah,
my god.
boss.
Oh, it's,
The end sequence.
everything was dope.
Which one did you like better, 2 or 1?
Two.
Two was
Two was better.
Two was
better game.
crazy.
It's
Two
a
is a better
long,
game.
And
it's
it
a
had-
long
it had
forgotten
more,
franchise.
It had
is.
more types of soldiers.
More types, more
Yep.
strategy.
Yeah.
No, they
And the
ooh.
kings. All the kings were so dope.
Yeah, great artwork. too.
Genghis was awesome. Yep.
Great artwork.
But Suikoden didn't know.
That's Konami. That's Konami.
Wait, Suikoden is Konami, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh my god, and I like Suikoden.
You love those games.
Oh my god, you asshole.
But you didn't play 2 when they had the fights that were like the thing you just talking about.
Yeah.
It was the battlefield and they had the little people popping off each other.
Right.
I played that. That was
Oh,
part one.
That was 1. They had it in 2 too.
Two also. I think.
I remember Jay used to.
And
he's-
two had two of my favorite characters in it, and I never played it. Flick and Victor. They're both in it. I'm like, yo, how did I not play that game? I still want to play it too.
Well, like I said, we're going to talk about those franchises and what can save those companies on another podcast.
No, we could talk about right
Oh,
now.
no.
We still
I
got
got
still some time.
We're done.
Sega.
Yeah, right?
Bring back Fighting Vipers.
No.
Fighting Vipers. Wait, you know what I saw?
That's not a bad. That's that's like virtual fighter, but
That
you're making
wasn't
armor.
bad. That
was
wasn't bad.
innovative.
No,
That
it
was
wasn't
with
bad.
the armor breaking in
That
it.
armor
Yeah.
breaking.
Yeah.
You
It
got
was
Fighters
not-
Mega Mix, right? You had
Yeah,
that. You
I
brought that
remember
over.
that.
Yo,
Yo.
straight up Memory Fighters Mega Mix. Chocolate pick
Daytona
somebody.
car.
Pick somebody. What was that guy's name? Tokyo, whatever his
Yeah,
name was.
Tokyo with the
Daytona
orange.
Yeah,
car.
and I picked Akira. I stripped him of his armor and sent his ass through a fence. That shit was crazy.
It was a glass wall. I
That was
remember
messed
off
up.
the building.
That
That's
shit
what
was
it was.
crazy.
Was there a bear in that too?
I'm glad Twitch wasn't
There's
around.
no bear in that? That was a weird
No,
I
character.
guess
Taking a
everything
second.
too. I was like, you
No.
gotta go low. You go boom. Get
Oh, no,
out
there
of
was
here.
another.
There was a
another-
weird character in
there
there
was
other than
another
the
That's
car.
what I used to play.
No, there was
fighting
a
games.
bear. There was a
There was a
car,
bear.
There
Yeah,
was
see?
there was
Car?
Yo, the Daytona
It just
car.
looked like
Virtual
ass.
there was a cactus.
Fires Mega
There was
Mix
a
didn't look good.
cactus.
It looked like ass.
Virtual Fighter 2 looked better.
Oh,
than
hell
Fires
yeah.
Mega Mix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
it
And then,
definitely
yeah,
better.
and then there was a cop in there that I used to cheese because I used to
Yeah, like
shoot people
gun,
with the
right?
gun.
Oh yeah, that's
And,
right.
and it used to drop like a quarter of your energy even if you blocked it. I was like,
Speaking-
"What the-
Speaking of old Sega Sega
So
fighting games,
Shinden.
I was downloading like art stuff from Pinterest, and you know what? I think I was doing like Phantasy Star 2 artwork from
Yeah.
like Sega ages, and you know what popped up? Fucking Last Bronx.
Oh,
Last-
Yeah, Last Bronx popped up. Like it was an
Wow.
artwork. I was like, wow, Last Bronx.
I
I'm like,
remember
Chocolate
that
had
game.
this shit. I'm way back in
I
the
That's
day.
such a
still have
weird
it.
name.
I still have it.
Weird name.
It is a very weird name and very
Last
left field.
Bronx?
Yeah, Last
for the
Bronx.
world. No one
Yo.
knows what Bronx is.
No,
outside
no.
of New York.
It was a weapons-based fighting game. It was so dope.
Well, so Shinden was better.
I love Toshin.
Shut that down.
You guys know Project Cross Zone, the strategy
Yeah.
role player for 3DS? They had Last Bronx characters in there.
What?
Wow.
Get out of
A
here.
lot of Sega characters were in that game.
Yo,
a lot of
Sega keeps teasing us with shit. I'm tired of the tease. Just come out with
Wow.
some dope shit. Tired of it, man.
Drop
They
a
won't
system,
bring it
dude.
out here, man.
Drop a console.
They won't bring it out here. America's not important to them.
Did they ever
Apparently not.
do an HD remake of Knights?
Yes, they
Nice
did
is
twice.
Great.
Was it good?
Yeah. It was
Was
a high resolution version of the first one, and then they came out with Knights 2, and people were not happy.
Nights 2 wasn't good. I never
I heard it was trash.
They weren't happy about
I
2,
played Night. Yeah.
but they
You
came
played
out with
it?
one for Sega Ages.
I own Nights too. Yeah.
I always liked the
Was it
idea of
good?
Nights. I liked
Like,
one.
What was it? What was
but-
bad about it?
It was a bad game.
It looked like a Saturn
You
game.
didn't like part one?
It
Not
looked
really.
like
I liked
it looked like it looked
That
like it was
controller,
made
though.
during the Saturn era.
That was
You
that
know,
introduced the
released
analog, right? That was the introduction of the analog.
that big ass
pretty much.
moon
First one.
controller.
They had a
The
choice.
first
The first
one.
one was the introduction of that.
The first
analog
time, the first Nights.
controller.
Yeah. First one was first analog.
Second one wasn't that great. It wasn't bad. It should have had better graphics. The graphics just turned me off. It looked like Saturn.
Wow.
It looked like
Wow.
a Sega Saturn game.
I missed that whole Saturn era, man. I had a choice to get a PlayStation or a Saturn. and I
Saturn
chose
era
PlayStation.
Oh, you
last
didn't
that
miss
long.
nothing.
Damn, man.
No, I'm dead
Saturn
serious.
was
It
not
didn't.
that.
Panzer Dragoon.
The
I missed out
the
on
best
that.
games
I
for
missed
the
out on it.
Saturn came at the end. Panzer Dragoon Saga,
I missed
Shining
all
Force
that.
3, Legend of Oasis.
I
that
mi-
was all at the very end.
But I missed all that
Magical
shit
Knight
'cause I
Ray
didn't have
Earth.
And
Which
not for
one?
nothing.
It's a Magic Knight
Magical Knight Ray Earth.
And
Wait,
not for
did that
nothing.
come out for
It did.
Oh,
yes,
shit.
yes, it did. That was like one of the last games, man. That might have been the last game.
Oh.
That was-
Saturn
Yo,
Saturn had
limited
gems.
edition.
That
They
gems,
did.
though.
They had some really good games on Saturn.
Well, they had the
stall-
Marvel- they had
a
the
stall
Capcom
was for,
games.
Oh,
Yeah,
a
they had
stall.
them-
Yeah, that was Saturn too.
And they had
J-
them in
Sega, right?
They had
Sega.
those Japanese games.
Mm.
The Marvel versus Street Fighter.
They had Marvel vs. SNK on that, didn't they?
They had,
Oh no, they weren't. They weren't on that.
Nah, it was
It was X-Men versus.
It was X-Men
Marvel.
versus Street Fighter.
which was awesome. And then they had Marvel,
Marvel
versus Street,
Marvel
Superheroes
Superheroes
versus Street Fighter.
But they had that Ram.
But I
card.
think that was only in Japan. Was that Japan? Marvel
Yeah,
Street
I
Fighter?
had to buy the converter for that because
Yeah.
there was no way I was not going to get that game.
Also forgot about on the Saturn, Guardian Heroes.
Oh,
That was one of the dopest games I've ever played.
Shit.
That was one of the dopest games I ever played.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Imagine they
It's all right.
imagine they re-release that.
Such a hate. Yo, dude, he just wakes up.
Didn't they re-release it? I thought they did
Yeah,
re-release
it's cold. It was a bullshit release. Yeah, remastered. No, it's the same fucking game. Trust me, I wanted to play it because I haven't played it in so
It was
long.
in Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah,
right?
but I'm like, you guys didn't fix up a damn thing. It's the same fucking
And they
game.
cut out the CG intro, which I thought
Oh,
was
these motherfuckers, man.
There was
Intro was
a
so dope.
spiritual successor to that. What was it? For the 3DS. I got the shit. Code of something. Code of something. It's called.
Come on, wait.
Fuck.
Coda.
What it had the, like the two planes, the two
Code of
planes.
it. Yeah, same exact shit.
Really?
Same exact shit.
Motherfucker.
It was a
recent,
different.
though. What?
Yeah, that is for
Pretty
the 3DS.
Like within the year.
That game was
Coda
so
Princess.
dope.
Yeah, that's it.
Coda Princess, yes.
God damn it, man! I
Yes.
can't remember that.
No,
Shit.
Guardian Heroes was so.
But it was the same.
So
the
fucking-
4 players, 2
same
players?
two.
2 players.
4-player versus mode,
yeah.
which got messy and hilarious.
I picked a little
Yeah.
flying guy.
Yeah.
Like little
Oh, you're
bubble.
little tiny
Little bubble
fucking
man.
characters when it's like
Who
4
just
players.
fly around.
Like,
That's why I don't like that
I
game.
always used to pick,
I can't see my character. Like,
You could pick like a big creature. and a
Tajiro was
small-
good.
Yeah.
It was ill.
I picked the dude who was in
Undead
green.
When it zooms
blocked, so
out,
he
it's
was
like-
useless.
Yo, what the hell?
He couldn't. But if he did a super and he caught
No,
you with it, you were dead.
They had some great characters though, like the chick with the was it Serena with
Serena
the with the swords, and she had magic. Then you had Randy with the magic and the bow stick. You
You
had
know
Han, who I picked with the sword and just killed everybody.
You know what game?
Vargas.
Yo.
You know what
Vargas,
game?
yeah, you could get Vargas.
Black
all
Knight.
Yeah, yeah.
He was
It
ill.
was.
Yeah.
I
cool, too,
remember.
yeah.
You know what the roots of that game goes back to? Konami.
serious?
Yo.
Treasure, yeah. Treasure was Konami.
Don't give me
But they-
that.
I just
they
had
left-
I had
they
a
left Konami.
flashback.
So many lost.
First time I played
fucking
the game,
IPs, I swear to God.
I found an exploit, and I was fucking you up,
And what?
and you were getting pissed.
What?
In Guardian Heroes.
Really?
Yeah, you picked Han,
Yeah.
and you were like, yeah, pick whoever, and I'm like, this is the first time. I played
Wait,
it.
Undead Hero. You picked Undead Hero,
Yes.
right? Yeah, yeah. You kept
Yeah.
cheating. You
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
because he's overpowered with that fucking sword, you asshole. See, now I remember
He's like,
you piece of shit.
He can't block though. That's
can't
like-
block.
He can't.
Yo,
It's the thing
well,
when
I
he can't
kept
block.
getting-
And if he does,
Kept doing the same shit over and over. I'm like, yo, I can't move.
Yeah, he does.
yeah.
Fucking move.
Yo, I never forgot this.
Cheating
Yo, I saw how fucking
motherfucker.
pissed you
And
were
if
getting.
and
I'm
if
like,
he
yo.
does, if the Undead Hero does his magic move that explodes the whole screen.
Yep.
Like even if he hits you or if you block it, it'll still drain your energy. But then Undead Hero's down to 1 energy.
Yeah.
Yo, it's
rest of the-
tragic that doesn't have a sequel or anything. It's,
Yeah,
it's
right.
that game is
That
so
game's
good.
So good.
Multiple endings.
Even a remake.
So
Yeah,
And
it's
the
a
Sky
complete-
Gods.
yeah, it's
and the Earth Gods.
It's a lot
It
of
was-
great characters. Like
Yeah, man.
everyone was great in that game, except for that douchebag,
And
the
Proto Silver.
the Kefka looking guy. You know that
What
guy,
was it?
super
Zerk.
Super
Was
Zerk.
it Zerk? Or Zer or whatever that
Yeah,
is. It was-
Super Zerk.
Yeah,
He was cheesy as hell.
Super Zer was he was probably the toughest boss in the game.
Yeah, I think he was.
Because he lost energy like very little when you
And
fucking.
no, he
Oh.
recovered.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he healed also.
recovered
Yo, sorry to segue into this, but I was playing Tekken Tag.
7.
the other-
Tag.
What?
Regenerating energy.
They have to stop this shit, man. You gotta stop having
never fun.
bosses that fucking regenerate energy.
That's annoying.
It's like, yo, come on, man.
It's because they want you to play straight up offensively
son, that shit
and then get mad when you lose.
That shit is so.
At least
cheap.
let them get an item to
It's so
get it back.
Yeah, that's,
No, they don't give you shit.
Or at least tag
No.
out and regain
Well,
energy.
that's what's
Not
good,
during the whole thing.
Tekken 7 at least give you something.
But
They
wait,
give you,
a
like-
lot of these last bosses in like the fighting games have been like big letdowns, like in terms of like their design and what they look like. Like for who was the dude with the little peg legs? And was it in Tekken 7? Like the big dude with the little
Yeah.
yeah. And then you got Street Fighter. What was it 3 with the dude in the thong, half
Yeah.
red, half like it's a big letdown for like the
What
last
hell was his
bosses.
name?
Well, he wasn't that bad. Yorin was bad.
It was Tekken 6 that had the shitty.
Yorin was bad.
But like his design
Yorin
is-
was
was,
wrong.
urine. His name's urine.
Yeah.
And the last boss of Street Fighter 4 was so annoying too.
was the design at least good? Because I hate.
Nah,
the
he was like a
design.
fat Akuma guy, right?
No.
No, he was like that.
Big legs, big feet.
He was the
Weird
big
looking guy.
dude,
No, he was
bald headed,
No, Urine was he would
looked
like
like
like a
4.
diper type shit, right?
and he
Well, yeah,
sucked
that's
you
part
into
of
his
it.
Street
core
Fighter
and spit
3.
you
Street
out.
Fighter
Oh, I didn't like that
was
guy.
Oh,
his-
no, he wasn't that bad.
He wasn't that
He was
bad.
better than Three's boss.
He was
His best
cheesy as
three.
hell though.
He was, though.
cheesy as hell.
Yeah.
But back to the
Crazy.
topic at hand.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
sorry.
Damn, we had a topic.
Yeah. So the Sega Fest would have been, I think, more of a success and more of a splash if they announced some Saturn and Dreamcast ports
Shining Force
to,
3 remake.
Or a
to the
console.
system.
Yeah.
Console.
Not the console.
They might be
We know
coming
there's not
now.
going to be a console.
Streets of Rage 4.
But
Oh
if
my
they
God.
announced
I would go
those
for
titles as a Sega Age title that's coming to the Switch,
Rocket
then people
Knight
would have been
2.
way more excited.
That's true.
Streets of Rage 4 fighting like Batman.
Rocket Knight.
Mm.
Rocket
All right,
Knight.
next another podcast. Another
That's
podcast.
Listen to me, Sega. Listen to me.
We'll see what
I'll
they come out
change
with.
your life.
Sega does never listen. They never listen.
How much do you think these games are gonna be worth?
They're gonna be $6 or more.
I don't know.
Depends on what the old retro titles will probably be like $4.99.
Look at how much they charge SNK games for on the Switch.
How much are they?
$6.99.
They're $6.99.
$7.
Have you ever tried to buy a Neo Geo game? Those are like $200 a piece.
They are. Yeah.
So if they're charging $7,
They're also
it's okay.
fucking 20 years old.
they are. No, if you're selling me Nam for $7 and then you give me King of Fighters 99 for $7, there's a big difference there.
He said nom.
Yo,
What about Cyberlip, man?
give me that World
Cyberlip ain't
Heroes.
that good. no more.
World Heroes?
Give me that World Heroes. Give me
World
that
Heroes ain't that
Samurai
good no more
Showdown.
either.
Yo, guys.
Samurai Showdown.
I'll tell you who we
is
need to
ill.
get on this podcast. We need to get Boog on this podcast when we talk about these Neo Geo and Saturn.
We'll Skype him in. Street Smart.
Shout out to
Street
Bug.
Smart.
We
What
gotta
up,
work that out.
Bug?
Yeah, we gotta get some. We gotta get that going.
We gotta get
because he was
Skype working.
major on those. Like that was my whole. Besides you guys, that was my whole Saturn life.
Right.
He had
he loves
everything.
Saturn. He like Clockwork Knight.
He likes
Yeah.
he likes
Wow.
elevator action for Nintendo.
What the hell?
He had Symphony of the Night in Japanese.
What?
That's hardcore.
Yeah,
That is hardcore.
Just to play that extra part with the chick who
Maria,
grew up.
whatever
Yeah.
her name is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Nah, it's 2D on Saturn though. Damn.
Nah, it's overrated. Only thing that was good 2D on Saturn was a stall. I give them that.
Star was
But
crazy.
those other games, PlayStation did just fine.
A Star had one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a video game. Like
It probably
that
doesn't-
soundtrack is crazy.
It probably doesn't hold
does.
up as a game now, but it was really good.
I watched the
graphics still
video.
look good.
I watched the video of it recently.
Yeah.
Like the actual game. It didn't look like
No, the graphics still look
But
great.
I definitely aged. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna
It's
front.
probably slow.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
hell
it definitely
now.
aged, but it still looked pretty cool. It
Yeah.
still looked pretty cool, and the music was still amazing, amazing. If they did another one, that'd be pretty dope.
A stall.
He was a weird looking character.
Yeah, I don't even know what he was.
It's like a dude with
a
like
wombat.
chains and a gem.
He looked like a wombat.
He was.
Did he have like red hair or something?
Yeah, red hair. and
He was like
a-
red, like Sonic.
Like
He looked like
ruby
Knuckles.
red hair.
He looked kind of like Knuckles.
a little, he looked like a Sonic.
like
guy.
like
He
a
looked like the new Knuckles.
I'm waiting. They need to come out with like Bug 3. They need to come out with Bug 3.
bug. The dude said bug.
What kind of Wakanda Knuckles?
What kind of
Wakanda Knuckles. Wow.
Wakanda knuckles.
Wakanda Knuckles.
What about a new Toe Jam and Earl?
That's
coming.
coming. That's coming.
That's
real,
coming.
real soon. Have you seen the videos?
I have not.
It's what's it called? What's it called? Toe Jam and Earl. Back in the
Back in the groove?
funk.
Back in the groove. Back in the groove. Yeah, back in the groove. It looks like
It'll
part
come
one.
out. It'll disappear.
It basically looked like part.
Damn.
Yo,
hope
I don't
not.
like your hate.
I hope not.
I don't like your hate.
I don't think it's.
Is
gonna
it by
be
the same
big.
people that did Sonic Mania? It should be.
No, it's the same people who did Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh, they announced Sonic Mania.
Minus one of the guys.
okay.
I forgot about
Okay.
that.
What?
They announced Sonic Mania plus
Sonic.
2.
Plus 2.
Oh,
Plus
Plus
2.
what? No, plus.
They-
I thought you said plus
it's
2.
like
I'm
an
plus 2.
expansion.
What?
It's like an
Plus 2
expansion
characters.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's what it was.
from Knuckles Chaotic. One looks like Sonic, and the other looks like something else.
Like
Oh,
a
shit.
rabbit, right? Or what? Whatever.
The Wabbit or the whatever.
The Wabbit.
The Wabbit.
rabbit.
The Wabbit.
Wow.
Where
I
did
forget
they
which
go
characters
wrong?
they are, but there's 2 new characters, and then I don't know if they're in new stages, but it's a physical release, though.
They don't need any new stages. That
But it
game's
sucks.
long
I
as
bought
shit.
it.
So we've been playing that game for how long? It's not ending. It's not ending.
I think I got halfway. I got.
We're past halfway. Yeah, we're definitely past halfway. We're getting.
I do
close
have to
the
beat
end.
that soon, though.
It's a long
But
game.
it's a great,
Great game though.
It's a
great
long
game.
fucking game, right? And I'm like,
long
yo,
game,
get this
man.
fucking
It's
end.
long.
It might
shit.
be better than Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is the best 2D Sonic game that
It's
ever.
pretty good.
I just
No,
like
that's
the
good.
fact.
That's good.
I just like the fact that every stage you play is different music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, a remix
crazy.
version of the original.
Yeah,
That's a great
Nah,
That's
one.
pretty cool.
It's good. It's good.
Not since Generations has there been a good Sonic game.
Damn.
Damn.
It's nicely paced.
That's
What about when he
strong.
turned into a wolf, dude? That was kind of fly.
Stop it. All right. We're going to end the podcast on that note.
Yes.
So we're not ever going to speak of that game.
Yeah, we just
Wait, has anyone ever played it? Has anyone ever played that?
Well, with Unleashed.
Yeah, when he turned into a
Kev
werewolf.
played
I
that.
played
Kev
like
got
the
it.
first stage, and I was not feeling.
Kev played the one
it
with
was
the
like
Kev played the one with the sword too.
it was like
The
I played the
black
first stage of that.
dragon, The dragon that got
Terrible.
stuck in a corner like this.
Why
Terrible.
did Sonic need a sword?
It's
It was just
It's the worst. He ain't
Sega-
Alex Kidd. You could do that with Alex
Why did
Kidd.
Mario need a gun? They wanted him to have a gun.
Wait, Mario had a gun?
He was gonna have a
They wanted
gun.
him to have a gun.
Mario.
First Mario.
Mario.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
Before
couldn't
he-
draw it, so he just threw up eyeballs.
Remember that Shadow the Hedgehog game and Shadow had a gun?
Yeah, the machine gun.
Let's not talk about these games. This is what Sega doesn't. They shouldn't ever announce these games.
They were supposed to make
This is what
Samus
Sega doesn't
duck,
want us to talk
and
about.
they couldn't, so they made it roll into a ball.
Wow.
That's how that happened.
Yep.
The limitations.
Let's remember Sega's good years. Their good
Let's talk about
titles.
Sonic,
Wow.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Let's
2,
not talk about
Sonic
what
3,
put Sonic in the place that they are now.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Bring back
Sonic
Beyond
Knuckles.
Oasis. Great freaking, you know.
Yes.
Got Breath of the Wild. Get the fucking
Yes.
open world Beyond Oasis. Come on.
That game actually aged well. I watched the video of that.
Yes.
It aged very well.
Yes.
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 Oasis was
Beyond-
sick on
it was-
Saturn.
It's a crazy game.
Dope games.
Crazy
The
game.
elementals and all that shit. That's just I love that game.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, thank you for watching and or listening to the Level 857
Stop
video
blocking me,
game
dude.
pots. People can see you.
Nah, man.
The podcast.
Guys, fucking-
Make sure you guys subscribe to it on iTunes, Stitcher.com, Podcast.com. If you have a podcasting app on your Android or your Apple phone,
We're probably on there.
look up Level 857. We're going to be on there. For everybody else, subscribe to the Level 857 Video Game Entertainment channel. Chalk is now a permanent member.
It's level 857
You're
game.
going to be
Yeah.
seeing more from him.
Yeah.
Follow us on all of our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch.
On the gram.
Those Insta yams.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, like the video, leave a comment below, and we're going to see you guys very soon around 12 noon.
Until next time.
And I'll be defending this very soon on WWE 2K18 on the Versus channel.
Now,
all
we
right?
already cut
Now,
it.
this-